20 past 6, landed in France an hour ago, I suppose, and I haven't got any gas, so I need to replace my gas bottles, which are here, but I can't get to the gas bottles when the trailer's attached. So I've had to undo the trailer, and then I've got to make sense of the automatic gas bottle dispenser, which I've never used before. I normally use ones with humans, so this is a new experience for me. That was a little bit of a faff. The bottle I got out was blue and grey, and there are plenty of blue and grey ones there, but I ended up with a red one. I'm not quite sure whether I've done something wrong, but it's butane, which was the one I just put in, so I'll try it and see. That took a bit of time, but trailer's reconnected. It's all firm. I'll just check it. Yep, gas is on. I haven't managed to have a shower for 2 days, so I'm looking forward to being able to have a shower. So I will continue on my way for a bit. I might get some fuel, but continue on my way until I'm tired. But at least now I can put the fridge on overnight. I can cook some if I want to. I can cook coffee in the morning, and I can have a shower. Looking forward to that. I don't remember seeing a sign saying we'd left the north. Anyway, we're back in the department of north. Good morning. It's Monday morning now. I spent the night here. Just by the canal port. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other campers here with me, but it was a very quiet night, lovely and warm as well. 28 I think still when I went to bed. The second day, this was a rather lovely overnight stop at a place called Millau. Very peaceful by an old canal basin. No boats on it. Just one lone fisherman this morning. And when I got up just to take the lock off the trailer, there was a Dutchman walked past with his dogs. Completely ignored me, which is weird because when you're in France, normally everyone says hello to you, but he wasn't French. The architecture is still very much of the north. Well, I've stopped here for bread. Sweet. I stopped here on the right and went back for bread, which was closed because it's Monday. But I've got some English bread to eat up. But the architecture and what have you is very, very northern. This is Soissons, a very elegant town in Aisne. It is just before 9 o'clock, so this is rush hour. Shame the sat-nav brought me through the middle, but maybe there's no alternative here. Terrain is changing now, it's a little bit more hilly, and as you have just seen, I've entered the Champagne region. I'm not going through Epernay this time, but instead, well, Chateau Thierry, I think, and then Troyes, as you can see on the signpost here, and then a bit further south to Cézanne. After that, I'm not really sure where I'm going. I'm leaving it to the sat nav. I missed the sign, but I've just entered the department of Marne, across the river quite a long while ago. But I thought I saw some vines a little while ago, but I was wrong. But there must be some soon, I would think, as I'm in the Champagne region. On a main road now, heading toward, oh there you are, Montmirail, up near Montmirail, heading for Troyes. This is Cézanne. I've driven through it a couple of times and I bought bread here. It seems a very nice place. It is a little city of character, which is a French, well, it's probably some kind of organisation or club, but it marks places that don't count as the prettiest villages in France, so maybe it's because they're bigger. Looks a nice place to stop. It just never falls for me at the right time of the day, so always in the morning, I think. Left are the first vines I've seen, and there's more to the right in the distance as well. It's funny how many different routes you can go through France, and sometimes you see no vines at all, and other times you see them quite early on, such as this one. On the right there's vines as far as I can see. I think, are these people starting to pick? Not sure. I suppose it could be. It seems quite early. But they don't look like tourists, do they? Not with those vans. So maybe the vendage has started here. Catch that? I'm in Yonne now, another department, but still in the Ile-de-France region, I think, and will be, I suppose, for a few hours. I've seen fields of sunflowers, but the vineyards have gone. And as you can see, very flat, wide open at the moment. It's 10 to 2 and I've just joined the motorway. I'm not sure how long this will take me or how long I'll be on it for. Anyway, I'll just switch on the cruise control and just relax. off the motorway now and on the old N9, which I travelled on not that long ago, coming back from Paris. We've just entered the I've just entered the department of the Puy de Dôme, and it's what's time? It's 4:45, and I've got 5 hours to go to where I might stop tonight. If I get tired, I'll stop before that and do the rest in the morning. But it's still a nice day. It's 27 degrees, barely been any clouds other than the ones you can see in the sky. So it's been a good warm journey. In fact, I hardly ever use the aircon, but sitting on the autoroute the noise is a bit much with the windows open, so I have actually had the aircon on. I've hit Clermont-Ferrand in rush hour. I've managed to get across onto the free autoroute. I'm not paying for any autoroute. Whoa. I'm not paying for any autoroutes this trip. Dutch car transporter there with some interesting things. Or maybe one interesting thing. Possibly a Morgan, I don't know. Anyway, I'm travelling on the free autoroute. I've just turned on and it says turn off in 200 kilometres. So hopefully once I've got past all the traffic to do with the rush hour, then it will be... Jeez. It says MG on it. That make it a TF then? I'm sure there's some of you will know better than I will. I'll go past it. My dad used to own a TC until I came along. That one, I'm pretty sure is a TF though. Anyway, I've got, I don't know how many hours, 4.5, 5 hours to go before I stop now. It's still 29 degrees C and it's 5:30. We're 1,000 metres up, 1,051 it says. And if you can make that out with the sun, we're in the, that was the sign for the Department of the Aveyron, which is number 12, I know that one. After 200 kilometres or so on this, I'm going to turn off now and go through Millau. As you can see, there's a péage section coming up, which is quite expensive just to go over the viaduct. And anyway, the viaduct's a lot more impressive underneath it than it is going over it when you can't really see much of it. So I'm turning off and I'll go through Millau. It's, what's the time? It's 8 o'clock now, so I'm hoping there won't be a lot of traffic. You can't grasp the scale on this wide-angled lens, but it is extremely impressive dropping into the gorge where Millau is at the bottom. But it looks nothing really on the screen, so you have to come here for yourself and have a look at it. Sat nav has brought me right through Millau, which is fine. It's 26 degrees at just gone 8 o'clock. Pretty quiet though, as it's a Monday night. I can't imagine what it was like when this was the main road through and all the lorries and everything that's now taken on the autoroute had to come through here instead. trains that used to come through Millau before the viaduct, but I don't really remember what route we used to take. But we used to go right here towards Albi, and instead, which that would have taken me underneath the viaduct, but instead I'm going towards Rodez the other way. I'm turning my back on the viaduct, climbing out of Millau up to the top of the plateau again. Yesterday's journey was rather long. Left 7:30, arrived at 10. At Paul's house, which is in Errolt. I'm not really sure where it's near. Bedoria or something. This is the view there this morning. It's Tuesday morning and I'm on the last stage now. As you can see, the weather's changed. It's only 17 degrees and it looks a bit damp. We've had a downpour this morning, but it didn't last long. So hopefully that will be the end of it. I have no idea what this is. Is coming. You see strange vehicles on the road and then in the vines. Be interesting to see whether my vines are harvested, or not mine, the ones next door, are harvested by hand or by machine. I've not seen it. That's the last departmental sign. I'll be home, it says, in 3/4 of an hour. It's much warmer here near the coast. It's 24 degrees here. It was 17 when I started. That's the second DS I've seen today. In fact, I think the other one was the same colour. I didn't catch it in time, it was parked. Looks like the Vendage has started here. The vineyard on my right, which is our closest one, is I can't see any grapes at all, so that must have already been done. The one on the left as well. I don't know where I'm going to put the trailer yet, so I shall just abandon the van here while I try and work it out, and I'll go in and see what everything's like.